Well, I think that we are at our best when we're making things, you know, all of us. I've felt the most love for people in my life when I'm sort of observing them in the process of making something. You know, if you've ever watched your kids, you know, writing or anything, you know, putting a model airplane together or Legos or you know, washing dishes. I mean, to me, it's very endearing, and I think we are at our best. And I know for myself that if I'm not working, it's not so good for me because my brain will turn on itself and I'll kind of fall into a cesspool of negativity. And I tend to turn it inward like so many women, and some people put it outward into the world, that negativity, but it's really just energy. And so it's to take that incredible energy and find something to do with it that is appealing to the person whose energy it is and that will help them and help others.
I believe everybody needs to be creative. I think that is, to me, one of the principles that gives life meaning. So I would say if they say, oh, this has nothing to do with me and I'm not an artist, I'd say, oh, yes, you are. And what can you lose yourself in? What is and find yourself in? What is your river? So I feel that passionately. And then I would say, everything that we've talked about so far, how do we find the whole? How do we find community? How do we understand the other? How do we renew ourselves so we can go do the work that we need to do in the world? All of those questions are answered in making and responsible consuming, as Paula says, of art. You know, it just, to me, it's so essential.
Creativity for me seems like it's lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sense of wake dreaming, that you're dreaming the world into existence through your creations.
Yeah.
And the idea of bringing characters to life, bringing music to life, bringing books to life, articles to life. I mean, I realize that probably is what moves me, is the sense that, I think Willa Cather said there are only about 3 or 4 human stories and they're told over and over again. And I think that's really, that's my life. I'll just keep telling me stories over and over. And I do, but in different forms. I think the themes are probably only about 2 or 3 themes, but I do it through words, I do it through music, I do it in whatever means I have at my disposal. So, and that's the joy of creation. I think you just fall in love with your creations because you love them so much you want to bring them into existence and have them have a life and be in the world.
It's very freeing. Fiction gives you that too in a way that poetry doesn't necessarily. If you're always writing poems about your own experience, I think I got a little tired of that. I mean, I've written a million poems about my own experience, so it's mind, you know. But so then now it's a time to step into other people's shoes, and it's so refreshing to do that, and also challenging, but it's really great. And the more different the person, the bigger the challenge, and the more the sense of liberation when you actually get it right. So to step into the shoes of a man or somebody with different political or spiritual beliefs than I do, I'm just so not interested in my own. I mean, I know what my own beliefs are and my own political views are, and you know, it's not that interesting to me. So to step into somebody else's shoes, that's fun. It takes you someplace unexpected. I mean, the whole deal is, you know, let me surprise myself, please. Please let me not just keep doing what I already know. Please, you know, keep opening me up to what I don't know. And that means stepping into something unknown.
We all have something like that we can create. And it often can be the difference between knowing we're human and not.